final major of the season, the Open at Portrush. We'll get there in a little bit. Do our picks, which will be one LIV guy, one non-LIV player, like we've done for every major in the last 3 seasons. Jerome will bring back our picks from the beginning of the year, and we'll laugh at Jay, who probably does not recall who he selected. But let's start with Phil Mickelson bomb. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Phil this morning went, kind of what we expect from Phil now, where he just kind of starts talking about things and ends up somewhere where you would have never expected. Here's a random Monday morning hypothetical question. What if LIV went to a 35 event, full 120 person field, dual shotgun starts morning and afternoon, and the current LIV events, the 13 that they have now, are elevated events within the schedule? Where would those additional players come from, and what would happen to the PGA Tour then?
So I did read that today when I was out on the golf course, and I was actually playing with Austin. And Austin had an opinion on it where he thought it wouldn't work because and I know he's listening to this, that the Saudi investment fund wouldn't have enough money to bring on 120 golfers. And I told him, I said, that's unlimited. He said, how's it unlimited? I said, because they're constantly making money and putting money back into the investment fund. It's an unlimited amount of money. I mean, to a degree. I said, so that would not be an issue. I said, there's 10 different ways that they can recruit those 120 golfers. I think it could work. I think it would take, I think Phil to say that is probably just to stir people up. I don't know.
I think 35 events is very ambitious.
I don't know where you would get the 120 guys from. That's what would, that's what gets me. I don't know where you would find those other people from. Are you raping the PGA Tour to fill those spots? Are you taking DP guys? Are you taking Asian players? Are you taking amateurs? I mean, it just all depends on where that whole 120 fills out. But I think it'd be pretty cool. It'd be kind of cool. I mean, like the LIV format, but with that many people, that'd be kind of cool.
What do you think the average amount of tournaments, or how many tournaments do you think on average a PGA Tour player plays in a year?
I think most of them play like a 27 to 29 schedule or something like that.
Okay, so do you think those 35 would be, you have to commit to all 35? I would assume.
No.
Okay, so it would be,
you couldn't do it.
It'd be the 13.
Right. That's why that was a concern of mine, because I'm not sure how that would be possible, because the average, like you said, 25, 27, tournaments a year, plus you have majors. Like, how would that work? But if you pick and choose, would it still only be 12 or 15 out of the 35 per guy, or they can play? Like, that's another thing to think about.
Yeah. If this were to happen, let's say 120 golfers, 35 events, I think what Phil's kind of hinting at is like,
not enough information.
There are the signature events, which are the guys that the guys who earned their place into those events. Maybe these are the teams who have the players. So the 4-person teams, and then the rest of the league that plays on the non-elevated, for lack of a better word, in the non-elevated weeks. The rest of those players, yeah, sure, Jon Rahm can go play in the Spanish Open when he wants to or whatever. And sure, Cam can go to Australia for a whole month and play if he'd like. But, those type of events would be places where the teams could then bring players up from, send players back down to. It's kind of like it would kind of be a way to take the Asian, just saying, this is a crazy thought, but to take the Asian tour, to take the Japanese tour, to take, the DP World Tour, to just kind of mush all those together. You don't have to create new events. You don't have to find new players. You just have to change. This is now the Aramco series presented by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia underneath the LIV Golf umbrella. but it is all of the let's just say all the national opens. So South America now, Torquay can go spend a month there, and as long as they're committed, the Torquay team is committed to those 13 elevated events. The rest of these 100 guy, or it would probably be let's say we say 60, so 50% of the league would be guaranteed to show up in these big 13 events, where the other 20 events that year, would be subject. Those fields would be subject to change. The reason why I say that is because Sports Illustrated just wrote about LIV Golf's new application for OWGR points, and one of the sticking points in the SI article that Bob Herrick, who he's welcome to come on the show, he's a piece of shit, he won't come on the show, blocked us and all that, and his weird
coward.
He's a coward. Yeah, his weird angle on this is that the field needs to have some turnover to it week in and week out. But he mentioned turnover from week to week in the field, and the way that LIV could get by that kind of hurdle, if it is a hurdle at all, would be to add events under their umbrella that aren't necessarily the LIV Golf team events. Jerome?
Aaron, so something that's kind of a sticking point with me right now something you just said was that, a minimum number of players, but what? Minimum number of players for the first day? Because after the cut, I mean, if you look at it this way, LIV has the highest average of players per event, right? Because all 45 guys,
right, 100% of the field,
100%
of the field plays 100% of the holes.
So if you look at it that way, they average a much higher percentage per event that play the entire event instead of, it's got 1,000 players at this event. There, 90% of them are gone by day 2, but there's 1,000 people playing here. It's no, it's fucking, who cares? This is professional golf. We want people to play golf. We don't want to. The idea shouldn't be we want as many people as possible to play the event, right, and then not play the rest of the event. That's not the point of it, shouldn't it?
I mean, you preach it to the choir. There should be no cut. Obviously, Phil is stirring the pot here. What change to LIV would you not be interested in? I guess is the thought. If they had to make a change, what one would you be totally against? If they had to play 4 rounds, or they couldn't have a team competition that ran at the same time as the individual competition, or they needed to have at least 15 of the 54 players move on each season and clear out that many players every year. If one of those 3 things had to happen, or all 3 of those 3 things had to happen, should they not have to cooperate with those kind of demands from the OWGR?
I wouldn't mind the 4 rounds. It would just shut everybody up if they would do 4 rounds. I wouldn't like if you're playing 4 days golf, and you have 4 teams, you should have 4 individual and the team should stay. That's a cool concept, I think, and it should stay. It would be, I mean, even the last one's not bad. The 15 guys that are supposed to be dropped are dropped, regardless of captain, this, that, and everything else. That would be, do you see anything wrong with that? Regardless of who it was?
I do. Yeah, it's very hard to have 15 would be nearly 1/3 of the roster. 54 players, 18 would be 1/3. So that means you are getting rid of a guaranteed player from every team, basically, and some teams more. And so you are not. How can you possibly develop an identity for the Range Goats if every single year
somebody was off the team? I got you.
Two players are off the team. That's just too much to ask. Too much to ask for a team.
But what if you had, of those guys, if you had, say, another list, say you were a set list of guys that were coming that you knew were coming, were names, would you mind then?
You're saying if we expanded the league total roster to 120 And then you knew as the season was going along that like you watched the other events, John Catlin was playing well. You know he's going to be the first replacement from the relegated system or whatever.
I get what you're saying. Like I get it better now that you bring it up and you made it into like, I'm stupid with numbers, so it makes more sense how you broke it down that it would be losing that much, So yeah, that
it's
would
too
suck.
high.
Yeah, it's
Too high. It's too high. They want 15% of the league or something like that, and even that is like that's 7 guys. That's
a lot.
half the team. That's half the teams losing one of their 4 players. That is a significant number of too much. There needs to be the captains need to have some say. They can't have all the say, but they do need to have some say in the construction of their roster. Like you need to be able to, not necessarily Brandon Grace, though. Shout out to him, finished in the top 5, probably saved Louis Oosthuizen and Stinger like the most face ever. Now that he's likely not going to be in the relegation zone, the drop zone again this season. So shout out to him for stepping up at Valderrama and doing that. But like he should have been out of the league. He kind of was. He played in the promotions event. He didn't win his way back in, but yet he still got put back on the team. That's kind of messy. So they definitely have to do something about relegation. I'm sure that one of the things with the OWGR application is relegation oriented, and I think we all will agree that there needs to be like a set line. Like I don't care if John Rahm is in the relegation zone, he should be relegated. Like it has to be a set line. It has to be. But I think LIV can get around some things by using exemptions like other tours do. They could give a 1-year exemption to every single player who wins a LIV event. So you'd be exempt for the next season if you win. So if you win a major championship, you get 5 years exemption or something like that. You know what I mean? Like other tours do. Literally every other tour does that. The DP World Tour, the Asian Tour, the PGA Tour, they all grant membership exemptions to major champions and people who win their tournaments. It's a league. It's not a tour. It's a league. And they have teams. And they have rosters. Like, it's different, right? But they can still incorporate some of the stuff that golf kind of wants, I think, by giving those special exemptions.
Yeah, but OWGR isn't golf.
Agreed. I know. I knew you were going to go there. Don't get me started on that. They're not.
Somebody's got to say it.
Okay, and I've not done it. I've not turned my back on this take that golf does not need rankings. Golf does not need OWGR. I've not turned my back on that. But what I will say is the golfers, they might need that, because as long as OWGR is tied to the major championships in the way that it is, where all 4 major championships are represented on the board, and of course they're going to favor that system in order to create their fields. As long as that is still in place, I think LIV has to do their best to get the points, no matter if they're the same level of PGA Tour, just some points. And I think that will make a difference for guys like Tom McKibben, who, really is 22 years old and a really good golfer. And it would suck for the next 10 years if he doesn't get to play in any majors, because he's playing, pretty much solely 13 events on LIV and maybe 5 or 6 DP World Tour events. Just not going to get enough points, to play in any majors. So I'm not saying that I'm not backtracking on golf doesn't need rankings. That is the most corrupt system possible when basically the PGA Tour and its buddies have decided who gets to play in the majors, which we all know is how it happens. They literally have the announcer, the broadcaster for the PGA Tour events, as the chairman of the board for the OWGR. Trevor Immelman is literally a PGA Tour employee who is the chairperson. So, as corrupt as it gets. If you guys have an opinion on LIV expansion, that'd be awesome. Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We have a major championship this week at Royal Portrush. the last one of the year already. We have not done well in our picks. We did our picks, and I think we just picked LIV guys. I'm pretty sure.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay, cool. Who did we pick?
I know. I remember who I picked.
It was who did you pick?
Tigala.
You did.
I did.
Oh my God! See, did he make the field?
I don't know if he's made a cut this year.
I'm not sure. Is he in the field?
Time.
He is in the field, so you got a chance.
He's gonna take it, baby. Let's go.
And I picked Xander Schauffele.
And we did not get Cheech's pick. That's right. Cheech was not on there.
Cheech wasn't with us that day.
Let me just go through Sahith Theegala's last 3 Open Championships in 2022 at St. Andrews. He finished T34.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Top 50.
In 2023 at Royal Liverpool, he missed the cut.
Perfect.
At 2024,
Only go up from there.
At 2024 at Royal Troon, he missed the cut.
Perfect.
So,
Hey.
he's what they say due. He's due for a performance.
He's due.
Oh yeah.
Really. It's over, boys. Pack your bags.
I picked Jon Rahm as and everyone in the world now wants Jon Rahm to win. I'm not taking my Jon Rahm pick back, but I'm counting my Jon Rahm pick as just like a generic pick. I'm not picking a PGA Tour player. I think his teammate this week, if it rains and it gets a little sloppy, I think Tyrrell Hatton finally wins a major championship.
I believe he did finish in the top 5 last time it was at Portrush.
We'll look that up while you're making your picks. Go ahead.
Cam Smith from Live side.
Love it.
And this is a heartstring one for me and for Jay. I'm gonna go with Tommy Fleetwood. He was runner up.
I love him.
God.
He was runner up. Listen,
Give it to
McElroy,
him,
Dick
baby.
Sucker. He was runner
Give
up
it to him, baby.
to Shane last time there. So I just, I'd love to see him win. And what a better way to have a big win, PGA win than win a major.
He's
Give the guy a break.
Oh, my
Tommy,
God.
Oh, don't you talk about it. Oh, I don't like
2019, Tyrrell Hatton finished T6. Cheech, good call. At Portrush. Good call. Missed the cut last year at Troon, so he's got a little comeback in him. Jay, you want throw another name in here? You want Ricky Fowler?
Jordan Spieth's got a chance.
Oh,
Coming out of wrist surgery. That's my
unbelievable.
boy.
He is in the field. He's not going to win the event though.
What about? I hate him, but people are sleeping on Shane Lowry.
No one's sleeping on him.
He won 2019, right?
5 of us could sleep on him.
I mean, look at him. He snores like a gorilla.
Oh, he wears a CPAP machine. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
That boy.
That dude
boy.
sleeps every night with one of those alien face huggers on his face.
He's got one in every color, that guy.
Great guy. I really hope he's the replacement for Poulter if Poulter gets the axe in relegation this year and comes to the Majestics. That would be awesome.
Nah, he won't. He plays with Rory.
Nah, he can get fucked.
He fondles Rory
won't
more
happen.
than Aaron does.
I forgot. I did want to throw out another name, and that's Bobby Mack, a non-live guy. I want to throw a non-live guy out there. Bobby McIntyre. Again, these types of guys who know how to play on a links course. And Jay, we talk about this every single year heading into the Open. It's such a different game. You're hitting putter from 40 yards out. You're not trying to stop the ball in the green. You're hitting totally different shots than you hit on an American golf course. Even on, most European golf courses, a links golf course is so different from that. And I know LIV gets a lot of crap for playing not playing links courses and getting their guys prepared. So that's all you will hear. I promise you. That is all you will hear if a LIV golfer does not win the Open, is that maybe if they played a links course, they would have a chance.
My pick for this was Schauffele.
I know who your pick was. Coming off an injury, so.
Neiman is my live guy. He's playing the best golf of his life this year. So
I'd be surprised, especially if there's wind and rain, which there's expected to be. I'd be surprised if he make. That might be my my balls pick. I'm gonna go balls pick. Joaquin Neiman misses the cut by more than 4 strokes.
wow, you're a monster. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the bell in the corner so you know when we're posting.
Oh, is that what I gotta do?
Please comment below. Yeah,
bell.
Jay, that's what. Yeah, that's
I just
right.
hit it.
Yeah, great.
It's the only thing I know what he's saying all night.
This is the worst show.
Comment below.
Worst
Comment
show,
below who you think is going to win the Open this year.
This week.
Comment who out there thinks they could beat Jay 1-on-1 in match play.
Easy.
Oh,
Match play, I'll take anybody on.
listen. I want to set up
Match play, I'll take
J-Mac.
on anybody better than me.
Listen, I want to set up a
I
J-Mac
thrive in match play.
Ben Baller. I want to say a J-Mac Ben Baller
Bring on Ben Baller. Let's go.
match. That's what I want because Ben just took the last golf influencer to school, beat him by 12. So
I would love to. Let's make it happen. Set it up. Make some calls, Aaron.
Okay, I'll do what I can. All right,
Okay.
that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here.